You're not limiting yourself, sis. You're just being a smart money babe, period. What's up, what's good, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new, what's up, what's good, boo? My name is Courtney, but you can call me B. If you guys are oldies but goodies to the channel, what's up, friend, and how you been? We're not gonna draw out this intro because I am very excited for today's video because your girl has finally been set free. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 5 key ways, my fundamental 5 ways of how I save myself from the it girl, that girl consumerism cycle. I'm a girl that likes to cut and dry, plain and simple, right there in my face. So we're going to jump into some definitions so that way ain't nobody confused during this whole process. So we're going to first look at the Google definition with the help of some AI of the it girl, that girl trend. That girl is a social media trend that describes women who prioritize productivity, wellness, and mindfulness and beauty. The trend began in 2021 in June on TikTok and has since spread to Pinterest, Instagram, and YouTube. The content on these platforms is often vlogs that showcase the that girl's productivity, tidy spaces, and self-improvement. Now we're gonna pause there because there is absolutely nothing wrong with that definition and that functionality of the that girl, it girl trend. We all want to be productive. We all want to have a clean and tidy space. Prioritizing productivity, wellness, and beauty is never a bad thing. All of that to me just screams presenting a better you, working on a better you. However, I kind of think social media has kind of squeezed that term into a box of an aesthetic and like a group or a club, and it's began to grow a little bit toxic. I don't know about for you, but for me, sis, it was definitely becoming something kind of toxic for me. We've defined that girl, it girl. Now let's jump over to what consumerism is. I'm glad you asked. Via Google, it says that consumerism is the idea that increasing the consumption of material things and services is always a desirable goal, and that a person's well-being and happiness depends fundamentally on obtaining consumer goods and material possessions. In a nutshell, overconsumption. You're just over-consuming. You're buying more because that is the thing to do. Makes you look like you're being productive. Makes you look like you have the means. Makes you look like you're that girl. The productivity of it all and the advancement that is supposed to be the basis of being that girl and that it girl is not what I'm trying to challenge. When it comes to my lifestyle change, it is the sneaky kind of merging that consumerism did with the that girl trend, and that definitely played a big part in my overconsumption. So after all that long drawn out intro, if you guys would like to see how I snatched myself out of the twilight zone, which is consumerism, then just keep on watching. Way number uno of how I jumped saved myself out of the murky mud of consumerism is I redefined what life and success look like for me. Social media and internet niches can often try to define or generalize what success should look like for us, and I'm a strong believer that success is a very personal aspect in everyone's lives. What may be deemed as success for you may not be deemed as success for me. Success is a personal aspect and a personal journey for everyone individually, and it should not be generalized in a niche of what we should have. I know no one really genuinely says what we should have when it comes to these niches, but if you look, they all have a trend. It's all a trend. And if you're honest with yourself, then you'll see there definitely is a trend. Everyone pretty much is aiming towards the same thing. Everyone pretty much wants the same thing, and it really lacks a lot of individuality. What are the things that matter the most in your life? Whether that be spending more time with family, having more free time to travel with your family, financial stability, building generational wealth. Learn what it is that brings you true happiness and fulfillment in your life for you, and work towards that. Now, how this all saved your girl some money. By me learning what success truly meant to me and not defining my success by things, I didn't have the pressure of keeping up with someone's expectations for my life as far as buying things and keeping up with trends. So ultimately, I just spent less. I stopped buying. I no longer found significance or interest in it because I learned what the end goal and what that trophy looked like for me, which is exactly what I'm striving towards every single day from today on. Number 2, setting a monthly income budget. A budget is a plan of how you can spend your money or how you allocate your funds every single month. Knowing my limits when it comes to spending my money and actually sticking to them, sis, has done wonders for me financially. Now, the word limit used to really scare me, kind of give me an ick because I had a negative kind of association with it. When I think of the word limit, I think of something that I couldn't do, or I was being restricted from, or I was in a place of a deficit so that way I could not move or do things because I was in scarcity mode. Tomato. Made me feel like I was in a place of lack or a place of deficiency. So I did not like limiting myself because I felt, I guess, inferior in a way. I ain't gonna lie, I did feel inferior if I was to limit myself.
I ain't gotta have no limits. Like, I got it like that. Like, if you limit yourself, give yourself a budget. Like, you must be penny pinching. You must not have it.
And that's the wrong way to think. Like, having a budget is just all about being mindful of how you're spending your money and what you're spending your money on. It's so many more things of substance you can be spending your money on. Not saying that you can't buy clothes and bags and shoes and whatever else it is your little heart desires. It's just that things of substance, to me personally, kind of outweighs those things and comes first no matter what. But that does not mean that those things should not be included or can't be included in your monthly budget. So that way you're still being mindful of your spending while also still getting what you want. You're not limiting yourself, sis. You're just being a smart money babe, period. Number 3, the third way I pulled myself out of the that girl, it girl, consumerism mindset and trap is I asked myself this simple yet quirky question. Would I want this if it was offered to me completely free? Or B, would I want the cash value of this item right here in my hand? And that quickly would put everything into perspective for me and let me know everything I need to know. And more than likely, I wanted that cash. Let's say $1,000 bag. Would you rather have that bag given to you for free, or would you prefer to have the $1,000 cash? Write in the comments down below, which one would you want? And honestly, tell me why. I want to know why. I want to know where your mind is. I want to know what we're thinking. Let's talk, let's chat. Asking this question put a lot of things into perspective for me pretty quickly, because 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna want that cash, sis. Like, it's a no-brainer for me. Coming in at number 4, that is going to be embracing minimalism in my own little way. For the past year, me and my family have been learning on how to live with less, whether that be through websites and books, and it has changed my life significantly. I used to also associate the word minimalism with being deprived, or I don't know, my mind was warped. I was warped. Oh gosh, the power of being woke. Somehow I thought that kind of dabbling into minimalism was depriving myself of the things that I deserved or the things that I really truly wanted, and that's so far from the truth. Minimalism to me is a personal journey of learning how to function and live off of only what I need compared to overabundance and wasting things that I don't need. And if y'all been rocking with me for a while, then y'all already know what it do when it came to those clothing hauls. Listen, that was a very fundamental, very good time to be alive then, sis, if you guys were around for the baddie on the budgets, which we'll be making a comeback very soon in my own little way. I'm still cooking it up. That was a big red flag of consumerism. Your girl was piling up clothes and clothes and clothes and boxes of clothes, having to clean up my closet almost every week, not being able to climb through my closet. Like, I couldn't even wear those clothes enough in a week or in a month. And honestly, they were just there for me to say I had them and for me to look at. The same thing when it came to fragrances, wigs, shoes, bags. You guys know how I did when it came to my bags. About 1.5 years ago, I did do a huge closet declutter when it came to my bags. I sold a lot of you guys my bags. If you guys have not seen that video, I will link it down below. If you guys want a video of what bags I actually have left and what bags I actually use and what bags I'm actually still considering on selling, leave me a comment down below. Now I find great joy in satisfaction in buying clothes or clothing and wardrobe pieces when I actually need them. I really only buy clothes if I need it for a certain event. It's pretty rare. Like, I really need clothes because I still have a pretty good amount of clothes. If I do feel like I would like to buy a new outfit just to kind of give myself a little I do, because I have that, you know, set aside in my budget. See, we're using our vocabulary words. I have it set aside in my budget so I can kind of, you know, pull some things out of there. I'm not just spending money willy-nilly instead of hauling a bunch of things because they were on sale. Number 5, limiting my social media use. Baby, I'm not even gonna say limiting. I don't get on social media at all. Your girl is a ghost. Your girl is like off the grid. The more you see, the more you want. Social media has a lot of our pockets in its chokehold, and that is because of its powerful influence that it has. Who we follow and what content we choose to binge on is a direct hit of how we choose to spend our money, whether we want to admit it or not. I choose the philosophy out of sight, out of mind. If I don't see it, how I'm gonna know that I want it, sis?
How?
I feel like this tests your real interest and what you really like yourself personally. For example, compared to you seeing a pair of shoes in the mall, you know, you have your own basis to go off of, whether you like it or you don't, whether it sparks your interest or whether it doesn't, compared to you seeing those shoes for the first time on your favorite it girl influencers on Instagram. And since you've seen it on them or seen it so many times through your feed, it's kind of training your brain to want it. Your interest wasn't organic. It was kind of slyly pushed onto you in a way. And this is how trends are normally formed. Now, I'm not saying that people liking the same things are bad. I'm not saying that people influencing people are bad. When it comes to you losing your individuality and you pretty much basing your decision off of somebody else and not by you genuinely liking something, that's when it gets kind of a little sketch. Know your driving force behind things before you just jump all in. You feel what I'm saying? Know what you like for yourself because of your own organic preferences, not because someone else has it and told you you should have it too. And last but not least, number 6, creating a wish list and revisiting it a whole entire month later. Make a list of those things extensively, putting the price in big bold letters, even highlight them beside them, and then revisiting that list a whole month later will actually show you some things about you that you didn't know that you knew about you. And if after a month you come back to the list with a little bit of a different type of feeling, then sis, you didn't want it that bad in the first place. It was just a phase, and in the past, I really based a lot of my purchases on phases. Now, once again, just as a disclaimer, this is not a video to bash the that girl, it girl trend. It has its place, a time, a season, a purpose. However, I am kind of challenging that, like I said, a kind of sneaky merging of consumerism into the that girl, it girl trend. That's who I have beef with, okay? That kind of sneaky partnership, I got a problem with you. Like, we can't talk. No means am I insinuating that buying things for yourself, treating yourself, buying nice things, buying expensive things is bad or harmful to your financial health. Just kind of reevaluate your why. The basis of this video was just to share with you guys how I managed to get out of this money guzzling cycle, which ultimately helped me take my finances to the next level. From here on out, I'm only vowing to be this girl, not that girl, and only I can determine and define what this girl is for me. And you guys, that is the end of today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed our little chat, our little rant. If you guys did, my lovelies, please do not forget to give your girl a big thumbs up. If you guys are new here and you guys would like to stick around, join the Beehive fam, you guys can subscribe down below or somewhere here on the screen or wherever it is that button is now, I don't know. And yeah, you guys, let me know your thoughts down below. How do you guys feel on consumerism? How do you guys feel on the marriage of consumerism and the it girl trend? Have you guys noticed the consumerism creeping up into the it girl trends, or are you guys still on the bandwagon? And if you are, that's okay, sis, because every now and then your girl got to give it to the girls. I mean, it's just life. And yeah, you guys, I thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys to the moon and back. Thank you guys for clicking on this video and spending some time with your girl. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.